It was a lot of fun. Some of you who were with me during the campaign in 04 remember I always used to finish up my speeches by talking about sending President Bush back to Crawford, Texas. Well, I actually went to Crawford, Texas for the first time this morning. You know, it's a pretty nice town. It's pretty out there. And the greatest thing is, we had 100 people come out and see us. Now, they weren't all from Crawford. The town's only 700 people big, so I think, you know what, in Crawford, Texas, is like every other small town in America. They have been hurt terribly by the Bush-McCain policies, and they want change in Crawford, Texas. The only thing they may not like is the fact that President Bush's ranch is going to be a retirement home for President Bush and Dick Cheney and John McCain and all these people on the right here that forgot about America and forgot what the values of America really were. You know, the great thing about Senator Obama, among many great things, but the most important thing he's going to do is bring us back together again, to heal this country, stop scapegoating all kinds of different groups of people, bring us together again. Let me, there's a couple of people I want to thank. I want to thank Boyd Ritchie for his, and Betty, his wonderful wife here. Where is she? Betty is someplace, for doing a great job with the Texas Party. You can be proud of your Democratic Party in Texas, because they are on the case. Texas getting bluer and bluer every single day. Let me thank Councilwoman Melissa Noriega, and let me thank Rick. Rick came to my attention a long time ago. He is a really great candidate for the Senate from Texas. He is the face of the new politics of the Democratic Party in Texas, and he's going to make a great senator. And I think John Cornyn ought to be very afraid, because people are tired of that kind of politics, and they want Rick Noriega's politics back here. There are two other people. I should not do this because I always get in trouble when I do, but I happened to run into two people on the way up to the podium who are also going to be in Washington. I thought you ought to meet them. One is Charlie Brown, who is running for a Doolittle seat in California. It's a Republican district, but it's not going to be a Republican district for very long. And when we're talking about Rick Noriega and Charlie Brown, we're talking about registering people to vote, which is what I'm here to do and what this show is about. And the other is Larry LaRocca, who's going to take Larry Craig's seat in the United States Senate. Larry's here from Idaho. He's served in the House before. He'll be great, and we need you to help in Idaho. There was a great article about how Idaho was starting to turn blue. I think Texas is going to get there first, but you know, we'll take whatever we can get, and we have not neglected Idaho. Last person I want to introduce at some risk is my brother Jim Dean, who runs Democracy for And I'm not allowed to say much more than that because that's soft money, we're hard money. We can't speak about politics in our family, but I thought I'd at least introduce them. I can't get in trouble for doing that. It's great to be here. It's great to be back in Texas, deep in the heart of Texas. And wouldn't it be great if Texas and politics was like it is in Austin, all over the place, wouldn't it? No, I'd be too conservative to come to Austin. But you know, tomorrow we're going to New Orleans. Then we're going to spend some time in Mississippi and Baton Rouge and Shreveport, and then we're going to Georgia and North Carolina. I'm not supposed to give these lists anymore. But that's how we're going to win. We're going to win in states that we haven't won in for a long, long time. We're not down here just wasting our money. We're down here because we know that if Barack Obama wins Texas or does very well enough in Texas to pick up 5 House seats in the Texas State House of Representatives, that we're going to undo all those evil things that come So that's why it's important for us to be here in Texas. We were in Mississippi because Travis Childers just won a seat in the United States House of Representatives in Mississippi. You bet Democrats can win in Mississippi. We're here because we're 2 points down in Georgia. We haven't even started to get to work here. We can win in North Carolina, and we're going to win in Virginia. Some of you may remember that in 2004 I said the South will rise again, and when it does, it'll have a D after it, and it's going to have a D after it when it gets done. I'll tell you why this is important. It's not just important to And we're going to go to Ohio and Michigan and all those places that we always go, but we're also going to go to Colorado and New Mexico, and we're going to win Nevada this time for the first time in a long time. You know, Barack Obama wants to be the president of every single state in America, not just the places that agree with us. We're going to go places where they don't agree with us, too. We're going to reach out to everybody because we can win again. We're going to win in Florida. We can. We're going to win in Michigan. I know. So, I'm not going to name every single state. I might have to shout that out. But, that's right. The reason this is important is not just because we want to win in states that we haven't won before. It's because Barack Obama's campaign is about making sure that ordinary people have power again in their own lives. You know, the Republicans run as conservatives. Well, last time I heard, when conservatives thought that the government had too much power. This is a government that takes too much power. They don't understand the Constitution of the United States. And we want them out of our lives. We want this government, this right-wing government, out of our personal lives. That's why Barack Obama is running, so you can have your personal life back and not have the government tell us what to do. Well, the reason Barack Obama is running is he's tired of the divisions. You know, we're reaching out to evangelical Christians. And you know why we're doing that? It's because if you look at people under the age of 35 years old who are evangelical Christians, you know what they care about? Number 1, poverty. Number 2, climate change. And number 3, Darfur. Last time I looked, those were key elements of the Democratic Party platform. We should reach out to anybody who agrees with us. If they don't agree with us on some things, we'll find things they do agree with. The message for the younger generation is stop fighting about the things that you can't agree on and start fixing the things that we ought to agree on, like climate change, and health care, and education. We can do these things together, but we can only do it by reaching out to everybody, including people who haven't agreed with us before. I was done with that page anyway. Now, we need your help. We need your help. And look, this is the key part. This is fun. We love to come to the rallies. I know most people here, I think probably 100% of you are already registered to vote. Here's the deal. You know, my generation did a lot of things, and we did change, although we made plenty of mistakes. But one mistake that I think we made is after America was changed on civil rights and women's rights and gay and lesbian rights and a more sane foreign policy, we kind of took a little time off. We thought we didn't have to be involved because after all the changes had been made. Well, it turns out that democracy, like every other human invention, has to be nurtured. And if you don't nurture it, it starts to die. And we've seen what happens when you get people in the White House that are committed more to their party than they are to their country. And we can't have that anymore. And it's going to be up to you and your generation. This is not just about electing Barack Obama and taking power for a new generation as we did when John Kennedy was elected in 1960. This is about taking long-term responsibility for your country. This conference, the fact that we're here at this conference is not an accident talking about this. You are the ones that are powering these changes. But you cannot rest on your laurels. We're going to win the White House. Barack Obama will be the next president. But that is not enough. We have to rebuild this country. And we have to, it is from the bottom up, we have to rebuild this country so that it stands for ordinary people again. You know, I'll tell you, the nicest thing about Crawford is, other than the fact that the president has a ranch there, Crawford is a small town in America, like many other small towns where if you have to drive 50 miles to the nearest job because that's the best you can do, you're really struggling. And they get that we need change. In Crawford, Texas, and in small towns in Minnesota and Connecticut, it's all the same. They get that we need fundamental change in America. And when your generation comes to power this year, you need to continue to be part of the political process. Whether you're blogging, and I hope you're all giving $10 to $20 a month to the DNC or to Obama's campaign or however you want to do it, whether you're doing that, whether you're voting. Remember, I used to say voting gets you a D. That's the bare minimum you have to participate. We need you out there. And here's what we need you to do. We need you, when you get back to your home states, we need you to register people to vote. Yeah! Charlie Brown lost his race by 9,000 votes the last time. They have already registered 10,000 new voters. That's not going to be enough. He can't expect 90% of those folks to